Right now, a mom cleared of wrongdoing in the death of her 17-month-old daughter is still sitting in jail. The charges never even made it to a grand jury and were dropped by the Cameron County District Attorney's Office. And her attorney sat down with me during an exclusive interview to clear the record, her name, and hopefully save someone in a situation just like hers. And we want to warn you, in this report, there is graphic content. On April 18th, 2024, Port Isabel police were called to the same home on the 400 block of Martinez Street twice. The first call came in at around 5 a.m. from a family member of Mariana Martinez Baltazar saying she needed medical attention. Mariana said it was a fall that gave her this black eye and gash to her head. She didn't tell police the injuries were from an alleged beating by Dennis de la Cruz, the father of her 17-month-old little girl, Madison, also known as Dee Dee. But at 11:30 a.m., officers were called out again. Mariana's fall story changed because baby Madison was dead. The medical examiner ruled the death inconclusive, meaning they couldn't figure out how the baby died.
For law enforcement to then turn around after an inconclusive autopsy and decide that she was responsible, to me, that was several bridges too far.
What was the connecting dots?
I've never gotten that answer.
Jim Young is Mariana's court-appointed attorney. Because Mariana's case was dropped, evidence collected like body camera video and the autopsy results were not released to him. And if they wanted to charge Dennis de la Cruz, well, he was no longer in the country.
Only a couple months after this occurred, consented to be removed back to Guatemala.
Why would somebody consent to be deported in a case like this?
You know, you'd have to ask him. I don't know of a reason why he would leave if he wasn't running from something.
Port Isabel Police Chief Robert Lopez released this statement saying, quote, "We worked with the district attorney's office to get the right charges, but I guess at the very end, they saw something we didn't, and maybe they felt it was the best route to go."
I don't know if that's true. When I first got the case, I was asking the DA's office to review it, and they indicated to me it still needed to be reviewed. But I'm not part of those conversations, Derek. I believe he recognized, upon a careful review of what had occurred, that Mariana was the victim of a brutal campaign of unrelenting domestic violence, and that more often than not, it was that violence brought on by Dennis de la Cruz that ultimately led to the death of baby Madison. But in any case, it was clear that Mariana was not the cause of her precious child's death. She was a victim as well as Madison was.
Mariana and her attorney don't want the violence she endured and the loss of baby Madison to happen to anyone else.
I'm here to ask the Port Isabel Police Department and the Cameron County District Attorney's Office and first responders and law enforcement agencies all over the county to review what happened here. And not to just read this report or listen to this story, but to go to the DA's office, get the reports, get the body cam, and see what should have been done differently.
Now, the district attorney's office has not yet released a comment tonight. Mariana is still in jail on an immigration detainer, meaning she could be deported for a previous DWI charge back from 2023. Now, at her request, she allowed her attorney to sit down with us, hoping that more victims of domestic violence will get the help they need before it's too late.
That's right. For a list of resources for victims of abuse, we have that for you on ValleyCentral.com.